Hello, we're off to take Elsie from her mooring and bring her back to the workshop. Elsie is a lovely old traditional clinker seine salmon boat built about 60 years ago and was used for salmon fishing on the Exe. In this series, we're going to find out about the history of salmon boats. We're going to find out a little bit about that remarkable and beautiful fish. But above all, you can follow us as we restore, using traditional methods and traditional tools, an old wooden clinker boat, the kind which was used and built and sailed and rowed on the estuaries of Devon for centuries. It's going to be quite an exciting journey, I think. So this is what the bottom of Elsie looks like when she's turned upside down. Barnacles, weed, lots of mud. She's got to be scraped off, get rid of all the bits and pieces, and then we will be able to see what we've got and what kind of work needs to be done on the boat. Well, Elsie's set up on the strong back, and having had a good look at her, it looks like we need to take out 2 planks. That's this plank here and this plank here. What that's going to require is we're going to have to loosen these rivets here, well, take these rivets here out, loosen the plank, and then kind of ease it out, cut it out, and then kind of ease it out from its position. And replicate that plank and then put it back in. So it's quite a tricky task, but the state of these planks, you can see here that there's all kinds of cuts and splits in them. So the state of these planks means that unfortunately the job has to be done. So we'll get started on that. I think this is actually a brass tingle that we put on, and it's actually we put it on very well because it's difficult to get off. But this is a really good example, and you can sort of see now that Elsie is a working boat. She's not a kind of beautiful piece of elegant woodwork. She's a functioning, solid piece of woodwork. And she's been kept going throughout the years, and there's no reason at all, if we do a good job now, why she shouldn't be good for another 50 years. The larch is still sound, the keel's still sound, no reason at all that she shouldn't keep going. Once we've got the seam off where the bottom plank clinks under the upper plank, sandwiched in between there's 60 years of paint and sand and tar and crud. And I've got to remove that and take that off to make that a nice smooth seam there so that we can put the new flat plank in against it. Otherwise, when we put the new plank in, of course, it won't sit snug against there and there'll be leaks. So getting this off is actually not terribly easy. The ex-estuary was full of Atlantic salmon. Salmon fishing has been going on here for centuries. There's records of salmon being caught and salmon fisheries in the Doomsday Book. And I'm sure that as long as people have lived on these shores, they've been fishing for salmon as part of their way of surviving and their livelihood. In 1932, there were 300 salmon caught in one day. But the numbers declined. And by 2011, there was only 114 salmon caught in an entire season. And so they had to stop salmon fishing. But we want to respect that heritage of wooden boat building that, as we shall find out, goes back centuries. And we want to find a way of kind of repurposing that very traditional boat. A boat like Elsie can be used now not for catching wildlife, but for watching it in a quiet and respectful way that engineless oar and sail can allow. So there's a scarf here, which the new plank has to fit into.
And so Hubble really revealed almost like what things look like without that blurring of the atmosphere for the first time.
Just if you wanted to read further into the science of space, outer space and deep space.
Yeah.
The extra half-inch went in just.
It's not too bad.
It's very crooked.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, leave.
He's in now. He's in there.
Okay. Okay, next one along. Can you... What are you doing down there?
What? I'm good.
Right, you might think it's cold, but just think, for Harry McNish, it would have been a lot colder in the Antarctic, outside, using, do you know what they use for caulking?
Whale blubber, seal blubber or something?
Yeah, seal blood and paint from one of the crew's paint box.
I'm surprised you haven't tried that.
Well, we could have a go at that.
Yeah, just another one of our endless efforts to find the correct finish. And
Right, now hold on. Just before you go, you've got 2 nails here. That one's like, and that one's subscribe. We have to build a boat. All you have to do is to hit that nail, like, and that nail, subscribe. Come on, you can do it. Like, subscribe. Well, thanks very much for watching, and next time we'll be replacing the timbers and finding out more about Elsie's history. And that must have been 25 years ago at least, if not 26 years ago. At least.
must have, at least.
Yeah.